It is day 290, and we got 75 days left of this IG live. It's crazy because part of me is just like, oh my God, what am I going to be doing after? It's been like such a big routine of plugging in and coming on here every day and talking to you all about my thoughts and everything that's happening. So it's definitely going to be weird once it's over. I don't know what's going to happen. That's going to be in probably around February that it'll be done. So a lot of things can happen between now and then. But today I want to actually talk about a little bit around like manifestation, abundance, and plugging into like money in a positive way. So I spoke a lot on my IG lives around like inner child healing, money work, and really going into like the depths of the conversations around that when it comes to figuring out what your limiting beliefs are around money, and where are you subconsciously like blocking yourself from receiving money, or where are you like subconsciously having a negative outlook with money, because again, money is neutral. So just want to clarify that money is neutral. There's no actual meaning to money. All it is, it's a form like that, with like whether it's like actual object like paper money or like money in your bank account. It's just a form that we use right now to exchange, to receive something, like exchange goods and services. And that's all it is. There's nothing more to it. It's not positive, it's not negative. And so whatever definition you decide to put on money, that is going to be the power that you give it. That's going to be the energy that you give money. So if you're going to be putting on like all these negative limiting beliefs around it, then that is what you will receive in return. Now, obviously, like sometimes the universe can surprise us and like show us like different ways with money of like how it can come to us, and then we get surprised and then we actually prove ourselves wrong. And that's another way to switch our belief system too. But what I wanted to actually really get into is the fact that when you are doing this money work, yes, it's good to see like where it comes from, like where the limiting belief comes from, like how it is shown in your life, and like the example, so that when you see it pop up in day to day, then you can like know that, recognize it, and then begin to heal it. And so that's one element. But the thing is that like we don't want to stay in the deep, dark healing period, like depressing mode, like forever either. Because inner work can feel heavy at times, and sometimes we need to pull ourselves out, and we need to know like how to pull ourselves out, because we can get subconsciously stuck in the darkness, like in this aspect of like, misery loves company, and we don't even realize that we're getting stuck there. And so we need to like be consciously aware when we're doing inner work and when we are doing like money work and any type, to really be able to pull ourselves out and to really balance like the light with the dark. And even like simultaneously, like while you are doing the inner work, to really bring in the lightness of it. Now, there's many different ways that you can tap into like the light while being in the dark, being in the shadows. And there is also many different ways of like how you can tap into abundance, and the positivity around money. And this is going to be something that you're going to try with trial and error and see what works for you. Now, I'm going to give you a bunch of different examples that I've tried, and I feel like some work for me, some don't, but I've tried them, but I know it has worked for others as well. And so one of them, the easiest one to tap into like the light, to tap into the abundance, is gratitude. So gratitude practice. Now there's so many ways you could do gratitude practice. It's not like just like one way fits all. You could do it as a morning practice, a daily morning practice, a daily evening practice. You can also do it midday. You can also do it when it like happens in the moment. And so for me, I found like that doing a daily gratitude practice, like of everything I'm grateful for, even explaining the why and being like why I'm grateful for it, I couldn't get behind that gratitude energy in that moment. And that's just me, but some people can. And so if you are one of those people that, you know, when you are writing down the things you're grateful and you can really stand behind it, really feel it in your body, then that is definitely a huge practice for you to, you know, start or continue if you are doing it. But if you're like me and it's just like you're making this list and it just feels like you're making a list, like it doesn't, you can't plug into it energetically. Know that that is okay. If there's nothing wrong with you, it is okay. The way I do gratitude practice is I do it in the moment. So when something happens in the moment that I'm grateful for, I take that minute and be grateful for it. I take that minute and I say thank you. I take that moment and I notice what it is that is happening. What am I receiving? What is happening around me that I'm grateful for? And I take that moment. So like when someone like offers their guidance for me, when I receive a gift, or when people help me out when I need help, when a client signs up to my programs, like when I get unexpected money, or when any money comes in, it's like I receive, you know, the notification of an e-transfer and I'm like, hey, like, thank you. Any breadcrumb from the universe, like anything that I know is a breadcrumb that is leading me towards, you know, the next step, I anchor into that. And so that's how I do gratitude practice. I do it in the moment, because in the moment I'm feeling it. In the moment it's happening. In the moment I can get my energy behind it. But to sit and make a list of gratitude, like I am grateful for my home. I am grateful, like even like as I'm talking about it, I'm like, yeah, like, yeah, of course I am grateful. Like, it's not that I'm not, it's just I can't get behind the energy. The way I feel gratitude in the moment, I can't replicate that when I'm just making a gratitude list on, you know, a Monday morning, for example. And so, but there are some people that when they do tap into the gratitude list, like daily, like whether it's the first thing in the morning or just before going to bed, they can anchor into that energy. And if you are one of those people, that's amazing. And like, continue to do that. Like, you know, whether it's daily or a couple times a week, whatever feels right for you. There's no right way or wrong way to do gratitude practice. And so I wanted to share that with you because like, and I am going to be sharing the different practices like throughout this week. So this is like going to be like day 1, because I don't want to put it all in one big video and make it like super long. And so, yeah, so that is like the gratitude aspect of like how to do it. If there's a different way that you do gratitude practice, like let me know, like share it in the comments. I'm sure like there'll be somebody else who's looking for a different way, that maybe neither of these two techniques work for them and that they're looking for like a different way to plug into gratitude. And there is so many different ways to plug into gratitude. And the idea is that when you are saying what you are grateful for, or whether it's in the moment or the list, the idea is really to tap into the energy, to really feel it in your body, to really like get, whether it's like that fluttery, feely, or you know, like your body vibrating, like whatever it is, there has to be some sort of like feeling, sensation. There has to be something that happens that alters your physical state in some way. And everybody's energy is going to be different. But if you're like, I am grateful for, and you're not there, nothing has changed from the moment that you've been sitting still and going to I am grateful for, then your energy is not really changing. And so that is why it's like finding the gratitude practice that really truly works for you, so that you do shift your state. You do feel a shift. The other things I like to do, and it's kind of like tied into gratitude practice, is making a list of like everything I've received. everything I received, like whether it's like gifts, like gifts, money, you know, people buying me dinner, anything I've received, I make a list. And the reason why I make this list is not to necessarily to put it in as a gratitude practice, because I can't shift my energy, but it's more to tell my mind that I am abundant, and it's more to tell my mind that my receiving channels are open. I am open to receiving. And I'm not like blocking myself from receiving. Like, it's like, look, this is like evidence that I am receiving. Maybe I may not be receiving what I exactly want or desire in the moment, but this is what's coming in, and to notice that and to have that as evidence. So that's like another way I kind of plug into that gratitude, is like making that list just so that I can shift the narrative that's happening in my head of like, oh no, money is coming in, because sometimes it does feel like that, but our mind likes to kind of play those mind tricks sometimes. And so making that list and really plugging into it and being like, okay, yes, like this is everything I received, okay, like don't worry about it, Julie, you're fine. And so yeah, so I'm gonna like stop here before I continue on talking forever. If you like this video, please like, share, comment. I appreciate it all. I love you guys. I cannot wait to share with you more about different ways to plugging into the light this week. And there's gonna be something that's coming up this week, which I am excited about. I'm excited to share it. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. Okay, cool. So speak to you all tomorrow.